Jai Shri Gurudev. Dear children, good morning to everybody. Welcome back to online class of social studies for the class 8th. So this is Mr. Nagaraju from BGS Agalgurki, Chikkaballapur. Dear children, we are all human beings. If you wanted to survive on this earth, we need a basic things or a fundamental facilities. Which are the fundamental facilities? Do you want to live on this earth, children? As air, water, shelter and such others. One of the important basic thing is nothing but a air. Even when we are in the respiration, we are taking the oxygen. Is it children? So where should we get the oxygen? We are taken the oxygen from the atmosphere. So the atmosphere is very important for the human beings. So dear children, from the geography third lesson, the atmosphere, it is very important. Let us in this class we are going to discuss about the atmosphere from the geography. So let us come to this. So in this class we discuss about what is atmosphere, importance of atmosphere, composition of atmosphere, layers of atmosphere, elements of weather. Let us come to the first point, children. What is an atmosphere? The atmosphere is the envelope of gases surrounding or any other planet is called atmosphere. Come on children, what is an atmosphere? The atmosphere is the layer which is covered by a gas on the planet. Is called an atmosphere. The envelope is nothing but the layer or a covered gases surrounding by an earth above the earth. It is called an atmosphere. So dear children, look at the picture. There will be layers are there, dark blue, sky blue and many of the blues are there. So there will be layers. These layers were surrounded above the planet or any other planet. This is said to be a atmosphere. So dear children, these are the 5 layers which is surrounded by any other planet. The thickness of the atmosphere is extended around 1000 kilometers. How many kilometers is what it was extended? 1000 kilometers. And moreover children, this layer gases forms protective boundary between the earth surface and earth space and the earth surface. Dear children, there are many layers are there. No? These are the mixture of gases. They give a protective boundary between the outer space and the earth surface. Come on, what is an outer space? The physical universe beyond the earth surface, Earth's atmosphere is called outer space. It's called an outer space. Come on. So the atmosphere surrounded by a layer more than 1000 kilometers beyond this atmosphere, we call it as an outer space. Have you seen this picture, children? So from which the layers were covered by the 1000 kilometers extended, then that is nothing but a outer space. Beyond the layers, so extended space, that is nothing but a outer space. What is children? What is an outer space? The physical universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere is called an outer space. Come to the next point. What is the Earth's surface? The outermost level of the land or sea is called an earth surface. Come on, what is an earth surface? The earth surface, most of the level of the earth. So dear children, observe the picture. There will be a layer of orange color line, orange color circle. That will be the level of the land is called an earth surface. Come to the next point, children. What are the importance of atmosphere? Why should we need the atmosphere? Why should we awareness of the atmosphere? Dear children, this is the atmosphere is helpful for human beings for survival while respiration. So we take the oxygen and release the carbon dioxide. Is it? So where should we release it? To the atmosphere only. Is it children? Where should we release the carbon dioxide? To the atmosphere only. So we are taken the oxygen from the atmosphere only, we are released the atmosphere carbon dioxide to the atmosphere only. Then the atmosphere is very important for all the human beings because to survival. So it gives the life for on the earth. So, some gases of the atmosphere are essential for breathing of human beings and other living organisms. Even though, dear children, this atmosphere not only helps us to the human beings, but also it is helpful to preparing the food for the plants. So, without the sunlight or without the oxygen or without the carbon dioxide, the plants are not going to prepare the food. Even if the plants are going to preparing a food, the atmosphere is very essential. For that sake, we have to be understand, we have to be aware of atmosphere for a human beings to survival, because the oxygen was lesser part of in the atmosphere. We have to be aware, even if you are polluted the atmosphere oxygen, it is causes to the many of the problem. So, we give more importance for the atmosphere. By trapping heat, atmosphere has made a living earth planet. So, come on, trapping it, sunlight help us to make the earth into a living planet, earth into a living planet. So, this is without a sunlight, the plants also could not make any food for them. So, like that it is very helpful for the human beings. And let us come to the next point, children. Composition of atmosphere. Then the atmosphere is a mixture of different gases such as nitrogen, oxygen and such other gases. It is a mixture of many of the gases. So, we have to be aware of these gases, which is the most important for the living beings. We have to take care of that. Let us come how the gases were dispersed in our atmosphere. The first one is nitrogen. So, look at the circle, children. So, from this circle 78.08% nitrogen was covered. So, the total percentage 78.08% nitrogen was covered. The oxygen, which was in the orange color, at 20.94% which was covered in the atmosphere. Then remaining only one part is covered by argon, carbon dioxide, ozone. So, dear children, so every human beings wanted to live along with the oxygen. Without oxygen, we should not live. So, if it is carbon dioxide increased, definitely the oxygen will be decreased. For that sake, we have to aware of atmosphere. So, the carbon dioxide is nothing but a poisonous gases. And come to the next one is ozone, which is covered by 0.0005. So, what is an ozone layer? The ozone layer is nothing but a thin layer which is protected from the ultraviolet rays of the sun, and even though if it is old, definitely it is causes to the many of the skin diseases like skin cancer, like other diseases are caused by the hole of the ozone layer. For this sake, we have to be create awareness among ourselves for the importance of oxygen and as well as the ozone layer. Come to the next point, children. Then moreover, the atmosphere contains the dust particles too, and it is to helpful for the form of a droplets. So, dear children, so what are the droplets? What are the water droplets? Is a very small of a drop of liquid. So, have you seen this picture, children? Observe the picture. There are many of the dust particles are there. These dust particles are helpful to formation of a water droplets, and moreover it is helpful to getting a raining. Come to the second point, children. The water vapor in the atmosphere cause the formation of clouds and a precipitation. So, here the water vapor, what is the meaning of water vapor? Is nothing but a small drop of liquid, is nothing but a small drop of liquids in this atmosphere. It is causes to the form of clouds and a precipitation. So, this atmosphere attracts heat and energy and influence the weather condition of a places, weather condition of a places. This is helpful to find out a weather condition in our atmosphere. Let us come to the next point. This is very important, the layers of the atmosphere. So dear children, there are this atmosphere we are divided into 5 important layers on the basis of the characteristics and features of a layer. So these are the 5. How many layers are there in our atmosphere, children? 5 layers are there. Which are those? Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. Let us come to the first one, children, troposphere. The troposphere is the lowest layer of the atmosphere. So it is extended 18 kilometers at the equator and 8 kilometers in the south pole. So dear children, what is an equator? The equator is the imaginary line between, it is created the north pole and the south pole. When we are walking through the equator, it is extended, the troposphere extended to the 18 kilometer. When we came to the poles side, definitely it is reduces to the 8 kilometer. The layer has all the elements such as temperature, pressure, winds, clouds and also a rainfall. All the weather changes occur into the layer of only. In this layer only, all the weather which contains in this layer only. So in this layer, a temperature and pressure decreases with a increase of a altitude. Due to an increase of altitude, the temperature will be up and down in the atmosphere. So one more important point in the troposphere is it contains 75% of the mass and 99% of the total mass of water vapor and the aerosols This is a very important layer of a troposphere, because it is the we are human beings, we are getting the air, we are getting the oxygen from air only. Come to the next point. Stratosphere. Stratosphere is the layer or the second layer of the atmosphere which extends up to the 50 kilometer. It is the second layer of the atmosphere and it is extended up to the 50 kilometers. It is lies between the troposphere and the mesosphere. And very important point in the stratosphere is the ozone layer must be in the stratosphere. Already I told you, what is the useful of ozone, and let us see then. And one more important, this layer is free from the clouds and other important weather phenomenon. So moreover, one of the important point in the stratosphere is nothing but the jet planes are flying in this layer. In which layer the jet was flying is nothing but a stratosphere. In which layer the ozone was there? It's nothing but a stratosphere. Then come to the third layer, that is nothing but a mesosphere. It is above the stratosphere and extended up to the 80 kilometers from the earth's surface. Here, mesosphere, it was extended from the earth's surface of the 80 kilometers. It is next to the stratosphere. So in this layer, the temperature decreases with an increase in altitude. It is the coldest layer of the atmosphere. Among the 5 layers, which is the coldest layer is nothing but a mesosphere. Come to the next one, thermosphere. The thermosphere lies next to the mesosphere. Temperature rises drastically in this layer, and due to very high temperature and the gaseous atoms are ionized here. So dear children, one of the important point in the thermosphere is nothing but the gaseous atoms are ionized here. For that sake, we call it as an ionosphere also. Why should we call the thermosphere called as a ionosphere? Because many of the various gaseous atoms are ionized here, so it is called as a ionosphere. So these are the ions found here help in the reflecting radio waves. And come to the exosphere and the last layer of the earth. The topmost of the layer of the atmosphere is nothing but an exosphere. Then elements of atmosphere are rare in this layer. There are few elements are in the exosphere, and pressure is extremely low. When we go into the higher level, definitely the temperature will be decreasing due to on the elements less of the elements, the temperature will be decreased. So these are the 5 important layers were bounded in the on the earth. So now coming to the next point, weather. What is an weather? A weather is nothing but atmospheric conditions at a specific point in time. Come on children, what is an atmosphere? Sorry, what is an weather? The state of atmosphere at a particular place and time has regards to heat, cloudiness, sunshine, wind, etc. This is called an weather. Come to the climate. What is an climate? The atmospheric conditions of a region over a long period of time, it is said to be an climate. Come on, what is an climate? A climate means the usual condition of the temperature, humidity and earth surface for a long time, These are the difference between the weather and climate. The weather, it's going to point out a particular time, then climate is going to point out a long period of time. So let us come to the elements of weather. So weather condition of a place is influenced by the various elements. They are temperature, pressure, winds, humidity, clouds, rainfall, etc. So these are the elements of weather. Let us discuss in the next classes. Dear children, in this class we are going to understand what is an atmosphere, what are the importance of atmosphere, then layer of atmosphere, then composition of atmosphere and troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere and the thermosphere. So these are the very important discussed in this class. I hope you are all understand children. So thank you. Jai Shri Gurudev. We will discuss in the next class. Thank you. Jai Shri Gurudev.